Yeah, great. Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub, where we have set the target of completing 200 book summaries in this year. Let us hear some beautiful information about the author of the book today, Edward D. Bono. Edward D. Bono is like a Maltese physician, psychologist, author, inventor, and broadcaster. He originated the term lateral thinking. He originated the term, means he created the new term called lateral thinking, wrote many books on thinking, including 6 Thinking Hats, and was a prominent of the teaching or of thinking as a subject in schools. Let us see the summary of the day and who we are. Leader Lifestyle Hub, a unique place for digital leaders to enhance every day. As we have set the target of completing 200 book summaries, here comes the 18th book summary. And the name of the book that we have today is Lateral Thinking, that was created by the author Edward D. Bono. Let us see the targeted audience. A 30-year-old leader who wants to increase their team's performance and find new solutions to their problems. The 40-year-old person bored of the mundane, regular activities and who wants to become more creative in their thinking and finding exciting opportunities. The 20-year-old student who wants to learn how to rely on more than just the vertical thinking models is being taught at their schooling or universities. Means if you are one who wants to enhance creativity under particular thinking, then this book is for you. If it is not, then I value your time. Please stay till the end if you are interested in this. If you are interested in enhancing your creative thinking, if you are interested in upgrading your lateral thinking, just get started. Synopsis. Lateral thinking brings forth a new approach to the problem-solving process. There might be many processes for problem solving, but this book brought a new approach for that. How? By proving how creativity and teaching vertical thinking can enhance the brain's efficiency. Generally, we have vertical thinking process. By ditching that vertical thinking process, by adding the creativity, we can have the efficiency of brain and we can enhance it and make it find new ways of looking at a problem from new innovative angles, like 360 degrees angles of viewing a problem and thinking like out of the box perspective. Generally, we always think about inside the box. We need to come out of the box to think in the lateral thinking. Let us hear from the Edward D. Bono. Creativity is a great motivator because it makes people interested in what they are doing. Remember, creativity is a great motivator because it makes people interested in what they are doing. And creativity gives hope that there can be a worthwhile idea. Throughout our lives, we are taught that certain problems have specific solutions. In some cases, this is true. We are taught that certain problems have specific solutions. But in the life journey, along the way, this approach to solve problems can inhibit our creative minds. And it can ultimately lead to unilateral thinking based solely on facts. Moreover, we get used to using patterns and familiar approaches to a problem. Thus, we lose our ability to think creatively. Let us take an example. Children are primary example of how a creative mind is an active mind. They are always looking to learn more. Take an example of children. They always try to learn more about what surrounds them. If you take any kid, the kid will ask bunch of questions to his parent. What are that? Why we need to do this? Why we need to ask like this? All these questions will be piled up from the children or kid to the parent. Why? Because they are eager to learn and how to solve their issues with what they have on their hands. They try to solve the issues, whatever they have on their hands. Borrowing this trait from the small little ones, the kids, is what will help us in finding unique and innovative solutions. Let us see the small review. Lateral thinking explores numerous ways to optimize your thinking models and integrate creativity, alternation, and innovation into your problem-solving approach. Reading this book will teach you how to become a free thinker and rely on more than just vertical thinking in your life. And the advice from this book is quite practical, as it presents techniques and habits that one can start implementing right away and see the results. So let us see what this book contains again. It teaches us how to look at a problem from different perspectives. You might be seeing one angle, the problem has 360 degrees angles. So try to look your problems in different perspective and challenge your thinking patterns to give you more ways of looking at certain matter. Vertical thinking is great of analyzing facts, analyzing numbers, analyzing data, analyzing the previous experiences. Let us see, on the other hand, what is the lateral thinking says. Lateral thinking is ideal for one of a kind problems and other issues that require innovative thinking models. Let's dig deeper into that. What are the top 3 lessons that we can take? Lateral thinking is not necessarily native, so it can be apprehended. Use the reversal technique to deal with a persistent problem. If you are facing with a long-term problem or from long time you are facing challenges, use the reversal technique to deal with it. And the third lesson is train your lateral thinking through cross-disciplinary fertilization. Let us see what are these lessons in detail. Stick around, we will explore each and every one of them in detail. Lesson number 1, everyone can learn lateral thinking. I request you to take the digital notes or physical notes, and it can help you in implementing the techniques. Not only learning, not only reading, but you need to act upon them. Everyone can learn lateral thinking, although they have an inclination for data and facts. Growing up, society tells us that there are essentially 2 types of people. There are 2 types of people. First ones prefer numbers, and the ones that prefer artistic or creative fields. Certainly, this assumption is not completely untrue, but it can do more damage than good. One is focused on numbers, and another one is focused on artistic field or creative field. People from either category tend to focus on their native inclinations. Those who want numbers, they always look for the data, statistics, analytics. Whereas other persons who are preferring artistic fields, they always try to find out the mysteries, like that. Means they focus with their native inclinations while ignoring the other completely. Our world, as we know, it is based on vertical thinking. Everything revolves around data and facts. However, creative processes are essential for human development, so we ought to learn how to think laterally. If you are the vertical thinking type, it can be harder to do so. But actively challenging your beliefs and looking at a problem in a non-conventional manner is what you should do. Remember this powerful statement. Look at a problem in an unconventional manner is what you need to do. Lateral thinking implies looking for alternatives to start your chain of thoughts. Look for alternatives to think about the challenges. Instead of basing it on science and facts, look for the fresh perspectives in your mind. Set a certain quota if you need to, and try to think of 2, 3, or 5 new ideas for your problem. Whatever problem you are facing in your life, try to come up with the 5 new ideas. However, it's important to know when to use this type of thinking. When there is a proven solution for an issue, such as a firefighter battling fire with water, there is no need to jump far from this approach. Still, lateral thinking is a particularly important when constructing struggles or strategies, or coming up with visions, ideas, or challenging the old ways of dealing with an issues. When doing so, it's important to conduct brainstorming sessions. Try to have brainstorming sessions with your colleagues or managers. You can do this by yourself or with your team. Validate every answer you get. Ask why. If you start responding negatively to a certain solution, even though it may seem absurd, your brain will shut down the creative process and retreat to old patterns instead. Always come up with the new ideas and new thinking strategies. Let us see the lesson number 2. Along with the brainstorming, the reversal method is great for solving problems. Brainstorming is one of the most effective ways of solving a problem creatively. Remember, brainstorming is one of the most effective ways to solve any problem. By teaming up with other people, whether it may be friends, colleagues, relatives, family members, anyone, teaming up with your people and sharing ideas in a constructive environment, there is a strong chance that an innovative solution will pop up. The first stage of brainstorming session is sharing ideas in a non-judgmental manner. Means whatever the team has ideas, we will not judge them. We will share them as it is. So that's called brainstorming session. Then the selection process starts. We highlight the dominating ideas and then the process focuses on top selected ideas. This lateral thinking form of thought is great for coming up with a fresh perspectives for a problem. However, there is another way of addressing issues through the reversal technique. Instead of looking for the cause-effect model, for every problem we have, what is the cause and what is the effect. So instead of going with the cause and effect model, try to inverse them. Let us take an example. You could say the parents are educating their kids, or the kids need to be educated by their parents. Both are same. Or even, are the kids educated by their parents? See, there is the same content, same intention, but the change of tone is very different. The parents are educating their kids is a statement. We are telling that. The second statement, the kids need to be educated by their parents. In this statement, we are expecting from the student's view or the end user view. In the third question, third statement, are the kids educated by their parents, is thought-provoking by asking question. By doing this, you challenge your mind to actively think of the problem from different angles. Problem is same, whether the parent is educating the kids or not. But by thinking your ways of statements, you can challenge your mind. And you can address each one until it creates a solution. Lastly, use analogies to help yourself find a solution. By associating the problem with something familiar, your brain may come up with new alternatives. Generally, you want to think of your mind as a tool that you need to sharpen always. To do so, twist the problem, tweak it, or play with it. Do everything that feels like it will get you the results you are looking for. Remember this powerful statement. Do everything that feels like it will give you the results you want. If you are not getting results, twist the problem, tweak it, play with it. Let us see the lesson number 3. The random exposure and the formal generation techniques to develop your lateral thinking. There are many ways to train your lateral thinking. As we have seen, what is the lateral thinking? To view the problem in all the directions. To become more creative and to open up new perspectives, you should first throw yourself into new situations. You need to dump yourself into the more conversations. When you throw yourself into new situations and put yourself into other man's shoes, you will explore outside your comfort zone. You can start by engaging in conversations outside your area of expertise. Even though the area of expertise is not yours, you can still jump into that conversation and get good and new ideas. Reading books outside your usual study materials is also another way. Try anything new for a chance. Just try one time. Anything new for a chance. This is also leads you to train your mind for the lateral thinking. To achieve something new, you will first have to do what you don't usually do. This is a statement or quotation that we learn every day. To achieve something new, you need to do which you are not doing regularly. Innovation comes from exploration. So don't be afraid to throw yourself into the unknown and even fall in some cases. We call this technique random exposure, and for a reason. Everything about this way of training your lateral thinking is random. So don't try to rationalize it and just allow yourself to explore new activities. Formal generation is the name of the second method, as it implies looking for random tools. As we are always looking for random tools you have on your hand to solve the problem you are facing. For example, you could open the dictionary and use the first word you see to try and fix your issue. Whenever you are facing with a language problem, you try to find out that word and search in the dictionary. Just look out for the nearest object and make use of it. Means if you are not able to recollect that word meaning, try to find out the nearest object and make use of it. Essentially, you don't need to back up your actions with facts, data, or too much thought. Instead, make use of your intuition and let your creative mind wander and explore. You will be surprised at how much you gain from such exercises, as you may not realize how much you let your biases and judgmental thoughts run your decisions on a daily basis. Let us see the lessons again in the form of mind map, lateral thinking. In this, I'll be covering only three main concepts: what's in it for you, the key lessons, and conclusion. Lateral thinking explains the important differences between vertical thinking and lateral thinking. It offers techniques on how to strengthen your ability to think creatively and spark important changes and the innovations along the way. It also provides lessons that teachers can use to help your young students develop a talent for lateral thinking. So this book has the great ideas to enhance the vertical thinking to lateral thinking. Let us see the key lessons again with powerful key lessons. In these lessons, we are going to have 6 powerful pointers. Lateral thinking helps the mind rethink and update its entrenched patterns. Whatever the mind patterns are there, upgrade them, like you upgrade the software. With the time and practice, anyone can benefit from lateral thinking. Just by applying these techniques for any challenges you are facing in your life, with the time and practice, you can benefit from that. And it requires reserving judgment and identifying the dominant ideas. Many people try to judge the other people's ideas. Don't judge for that. Instead of that, try to help with the reserving judgment. Try to reserve the judgment till the last and find out the ways of identifying dominant ideas. Use the reversal method and analogies to switch up your thinking. Attention areas and entry points can help you achieve unexpected insights. There are 2 ways of sparking random stimulation. One is exposure generation and formal generation. There are 2 ways of sparking random stimulation. One is exposure and then second one is formal. Let us see the conclusion. Again, three-pointer conclusion. Lateral thinking is not opposed to vertical thinking. Rather, it is a way of testing and updating the conventional patterns and the ideas that get established through vertical thinking. Means whatever you have current thinking model or whatever your idea generation techniques, you are adding up creativity on that techniques. Given our natural tendencies to stick with the long held beliefs with assumptions, and lateral thinking forces us to look at the things from new angles and reconsider at any entrenched ideas. Techniques centered around descriptions, designs, and problem solving can help kickstart lateral thinking in ways that anyone can learn and benefit from. These are all the powerful lessons that we can take from the book Lateral Thinking, written by Edward T. Bono. I recommend you to enhance your vertical thinking to lateral thinking with the help of viewing any challenge of your life in all different angles. Try to take a brainstorming session. Brainstorming session is the one of the key lessons that you need to learn from this book. If you create more and more brainstorming sessions, you will come up with the great ideas, and great ideas will come only through discussions, not from debates. See you in another book summary. Until then, stay connected.